welcome to Bag, this series where I am beating all Game Boy Advance games. Developed by Sonic Team and Caret House, released in 2002, today's game is Puyo Pop. I'm not quite sure if that's how you pronounce it. I looked online and got 4 different pronunciations, so that's how I'm going to pronounce it from here on out. I really hope it's the correct way. Speaking of not being able to pronounce things the correct way, this game features characters from the video game series Mado Monogatari, and I have no idea what that means or how to pronounce that. I followed some other random YouTube video, so please hate them, not me. Either way, this game starts off reminding me of something that was really funny. This reminds me of the Game Gump's Carbuncle ate itself thing.
What? The carbuncle ate itself? What does that mean? I can't think of 4 words that had less to do with our situation.
So this game starts off in the Hajimari Forest. Sorry, I'm probably butchering that, and that's probably going to happen throughout this entire game, where you are walking with the carbuncle. The carbuncle ends up eating something off the ground, which then you take out of his mouth, which is this gold bar looking thing, and a gate behind you opens up. The carbuncle then runs to the gate and you chase after it. You then run into a skeleton who offers you tea and then announces that he has tricked you. He has made tea with used tea bags. That's when I realized this game has a funny bone and decided that it's probably going to be a pretty fun game to play. Also, just a side note, this game has a lot of dialogue that I'm keeping in. I'm just going to fast forward it, so if you want to see the exact dialogue that the characters say, you could just pause and read. This is when we finally get into some gameplay. We do a battle against the skeleton, and this is the first time where I learn what this game is actually about. Oh no, is this like Tetris? What is this? I don't understand. Well, I can rotate. Is this just Tetris? I'm bad at Tetris. Is this like Dr. Mario? Either way, I'm bad at all that. So yeah, it turns out this is a falling block puzzle game, the exact type of game that I am absolutely terrible at. So it turns out if you stick 4 or more of the same color Puyos together, it will then send block Puyos to the other side. In this first level, you can remove the block Puyos by just removing a regular Puyo that is touching beside it. And the bigger the Puyo chain is, the more block Puyos that you send to your opponent. It's also important to note that when the 3rd column from the left fills up, the game is over. So naturally I failed and had to start again. And before the comments roll in about this, I just want to note that I am horrible at these games even though I know exactly what I have to do. Unless you frequently play these kind of games, it is really hard to train your brain to look at what's coming next, figure out how to rotate them, and know what's in play on your board at the same time. It's kind of like chess where you have to set yourself up and play for the future, not what you are currently doing on the board. Something else I know that you have to do, which is really hard for me to do, is strategically place these Puyos in a way where they aren't touching, but as soon as I trigger one of them, they will all fall back into place to send larger blocks. What the hell are they doing over there? Hacking? This is also kind of something that got at me, is I can't watch what the opponent is doing because I am currently playing the game. I also beat this game in one sitting, so I never had the chance to look back on footage to see how the computer is playing to try to learn some strategies. Eventually, I was lucky enough to get it. Oh, I did it! Oh my god, 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 I did it! So as you can see, I was pretty excited because it took me 23 minutes to beat the first level. Moving on, we get another cutscene where this guy is trying to pick us up, and the game hits us with more comedy. We then had enough, and we battle him. I then ended up getting my first all clear, and the game says that if you get an all clear, it sends a lot of blocks to the other opponent, but that never really happened to me. At least it didn't at first, but then when I sent another string of Puyo, I immediately won. We then run into this mermaid that asks if we're going to eat her, and then lets slip that if we do eat her, we will live forever. Right off the bat, my peanut-sized brain realized that they added a new color, which is really not good for me because I'm already struggling with this game. And then I fail a couple times and decide to make this prediction right here. I can't go over, it's screwed. Oh my goodness, this game is impossible. I'm going to predict right now, this game is going to take 12 hours to beat. If I'm lucky, if I improve. So yeah, as you can see, I really don't have confidence in my ability to play this game just because I'm not good at these kinds of games. I've already said it once, but here's me explaining it again. My brain, I don't know how to look at what's down here, think about how to rotate them properly while looking up there to think about what's coming next, and then to also think about, like, it's, my brain is not wired this way. End of story. Like, that's just how it is. Which is also why I don't like Tetris, because my brain's not wired properly for Tetris. Okay, so maybe I have a little bit of residual hate left over from the previous game that we played. And poor Tetris is out here catching them strays. That's the thing. You want to, like, strategically do it to where you can build up a big chain. Oops, I fucked that up. But I just don't know how to do that. Like I said, I understand how to play this game, but playing this game is the hard part. But, like, there's gotta be a way that you can just learn how to play these types of games, right? Like, everyone starts off not knowing how to play these types of games. And just like that, I'm looking at the positive side of things. And there was our red and a blue to do what I wanted to do. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And to get ahead of all the haters in the comments. And, like, I know that I'm playing bad. I just don't know how to not play bad. So if anyone's watching this and is like, you're playing so bad, I know. I'm just kidding. You guys are actually really nice in the comments. Thank you for being so positive. Just like me in this situation. Oh, I'm gonna give this 5 more tries. 5 more tries. And I'm gonna go kilt shopping. I'm gonna go kilt shopping. Eventually I kicked her ass without a fight. Please don't look at the time in the bottom left corner. And we get this cutscene. We let her know that we're not planning on eating her, we just want directions. She gives us a merchant rune and tells us that we can now go to Gold Town. Upon arriving in Gold Town, we are met with this woman who asks us if we're new here and if we know what point Puyo are. Of course we don't, so we have to battle her to find out. Except, I'm just really freaking good at this game now, and I don't even get a chance to even learn what a point Puyo is. I know that was a tutorial, but I don't know why that level was easier than the very first level in the game. Moving on, we run into this fish guy with arms, because that makes sense. And we pretty much tell him that we are hungry for sushi all of a sudden, and then we battle him. Surprisingly, he wasn't that hard to beat, or maybe I'm just getting better, I don't know. And then we move on. We run into this girl who sings for us. We tell her that she's hurting our ears, and then she gets mad because we insulted her. She actually ended up being really easy, and we beat her in our first try. And this is where I don't know if I'm getting better at the game, or if the game is genuinely just kind of getting easier. But either way, no complaints from me, and we move on. We then run into this other character that we apparently know, and we ask them why they are with their, I'm assuming, partner. They obviously take offense to that, and we start another battle. We defeat him without much trouble, and we move on. We then run into the shopkeeper frog, and since we're not buying anything, he tells us that we have to play Puyo Pop. Dude, f***ing look at this sight to be seen. Am I getting better at this game? Cut to me like just raging in 2 seconds. I was really hoping that there was going to be a clip here of me raging, but he actually wasn't that bad, and we beat him without much trouble, and we continue on. After we defeat him, he gives us the warrior rune, and then he says we can go to, please close your ears right now while I pronounce this, Gashinko Dungeon. But first, we take a small little detour and open some Pokemon cards. Crap. Oh. We are then introduced to a new type of Puyo called Hard Puyo, which don't disappear in one move. You have to do multiple moves on them. After doing the tutorial, which is pretty easy, we move on, and we are met with the same girl that we saw before. Her singing has not improved, and we go into another battle with her. Once again, she was pretty easy to beat, and then we get this cutscene with this elephant-looking guy who doesn't really have much to say. Honestly, this guy's dialogue is pretty weak compared to what we've already seen, but his gameplay is not weak. As you can see here, I pretty much have him completely beat, and then he just makes the craziest recovery of all time. This is actually quite a common occurrence in this game, where you will almost have them to where they can't even get out of it, and then they somehow just completely get out of it, which also often leads to frustration on my part. And then I come up with the dumbest idea ever. I'm gonna try something new. I probably can't do it. I'm going to try it. We get the same things. I'm going to try to copy what he does, but try to do it faster. Never mind, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I would be able to do that when I can't even see what's coming next on my side. What did he do? The problem is I cannot see what he's doing. unless I stop the stream and watch it back. I'm literally going to lose my voice. I'm gonna lose my voice screaming at this game so hard. Yeah, so it turns out this elephant guy's kind of hard, and I also thought that was pretty funny. Do I got fucking hair in my eye or something? Yeah, I'm not having a good time with this guy. Now it's time for my comeback story, and I actually pulled this off pretty well and I defeat him. We then run into this person who claims that they know that we are up to no good and that we are trying to see the Dark Prince. But they also want to go see the Dark Prince, so they're going to defeat us so they can go do that. And when I tell you I was so close to beating them, oh my god! Look how close I was! Look how close I was! Eventually though, I kicked her ass and then this happened. Oh, I skipped it! Oh, I accidentally skipped it. Oh, I'm not playing again to see it. Sorry. Thankfully, the internet exists and Amy Rose Long Plays has us covered. But to be honest, we really didn't miss much. It is mostly just two girls arguing about things that girls argue about. The biggest change is the addition of the new color green. After defeating her, she gives us the Conjure rune and we have access to the magical tower. We're then told that Block Puyo will be on the field from the start, and that we can get rid of them or we can use them to our advantage. Which of course I never do because I don't know how to optimize this game. After an easy win, we meet up with the fish again and we antagonize him once more by telling him that we're going to be eating grilled fish. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot too, shit! Fucking when it rains it pours, dude. When it rains it pours. Eventually it stopped raining and we won. Then the weird stalker dude comes back and we basically say that if we beat him again, maybe he'll go away for good. The battle was extremely quick and easy and we meet up with this other guy who says that he wants to take our powers. But we didn't even give him a chance because we beat him within seconds. Yo, next we meet up with this other person, yo, and then we yo-yo till we yo-yo-yo. Something that you might notice if you've been paying attention is the game has all of a sudden sped up like crazy. But they're no match for us, yo. We then receive the Monarch rune, which allows us to get into the Dark Prince Castle. Or, I'm sorry, Dark P Castle. I think this castle should drink some water. We then meet Lengus the Brave, who says that he wants to defend us. We call him a kid, and he wants to fight back. We end up defeating him without much trouble, and then we're faced with that elephant creature again, who has the same boring lines of pretty much saying nothing. Somehow he was a lot easier this time than when I met him the first time. I don't know if that's just because I'm getting better or if he's just easier in this level. The bull character is back and he, for some reason, is trying to detain us this time. Overall, the battle wasn't too hard, but the ending was pretty tight. Oh my god, hold on. Running into the skeleton once more, he says a lot more puns. I think he actually might be my favorite character in this whole game. And then we go off and do a battle with him. After defeating the skeleton, that guy comes back and tells us to surrender our magical powers to him. They do mention his name, but I don't even want to begin to try to pronounce that. Either way, we continue to tease him and he wants to battle. Something you may notice here is that the game is sped up even more than before, but that's no match for us because we beat him with no issue. So for some reason, everyone wants these runes from us, we don't give it to them, and then they threaten to beat us up for it. For some weird reason, I find the levels that go really fast somehow easier than all of the previous levels. We then meet up with the Dark Prince, who is the last person in this game, and of course, we have to fight him. And get your cameras ready, in 3, 2, 1, that was a photo finish. And just like that, we have completed this game. And this is where we learn the end of the story. So you actually collect the runes, and if you put them together, it makes a secret ticket that grants you 2 nights with the Dark Prince at the Love Springs. Which now makes perfect sense why everyone else was trying to get the runes from you. Also, of course, you don't take them up on the offer and you throw the ticket away. You also unlock the ability to play as the Dark Prince in double Puyo Pop. And with that, the credits roll. Okay, so overall, I really enjoyed this game actually. So I will be honest that when I was playing it, I still had residual hatred from the previous game that I played. So there were times where I raged a little bit, not that bad, but still raged a little bit. But I will say that since I stopped playing this, I've actually had the craving to go back on and play it. So I think this rating is going to shock most people. My enjoyability is an 8 out of 10. The controls are also an 8 out of 10. There could be a little bit better controls in terms of like rotating the Puyos, but overall it wasn't too bad. The graphics, I actually really like the graphics. I think that they're done really well. I like how each stage changes the background. I also think that the animations of the Puyos connecting together is all just really well done. The sound effects are going to get a 9 from me. The noise that the Puyos make when they get connected and pop is just really satisfying. And the music is going to get another 8 from me, mostly because it's just not offensive. It just blends into the background really well, and it's one of those things that you don't really notice, but like in a good way. It's one of those things that you don't notice because it's not bad, but if it was missing, you would notice that it was missing something. I'm also not quite sure how to unlock this last course, but since the credits rolled, that means that this game is considered beaten. And with all that being said, let's roll for our next game. And it looks like we are going to have the pleasure of playing The Wild.